And technology, gadgets. I just press button to make sure we on time.
Oh, bet we in there. Yes, sir.
But man, I almost pushed the show back like an hour because I'm back at work. Like yesterday was Memorial Day, so I was off. But I'm back at work. They wanted to do a sound check. I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, you're doing video. All right, cool. My mics are ready to go. You can use my mics. Cool. It becomes into an hour. I'm like, okay, so are y'all doing anything with audio? No, we're just doing video. Then why did you ask me to stay until 6? I could have left at 4.
Good point. Yeah.
I could have left at 4. I could have avoided the traffic because it's raining. So that means the traffic's gonna be even more annoying.
Nigga, like, yeah. No, you did right. Hey, there's our third man.
What's up, fella?
There's our third man. You know,
to go get
the infamous third man.
Yeah,
the reveal.
Yeah, like, who's the third man? Who's the third?
I had to come in late, bro, because you know when you reveal the third man can't just pop up with the first two. You gotta be be a little delayed. You know.
Yeah, you know he gotta come through the barricade and crush niggas through the barricade. You know what I'm saying?
He gotta jump the barricade and never change heights.
Man,
hey,
what?
Listen.
He got over the barricade. I'm like, bro, you didn't have to stand up. You just got over it.
Hey, I Andre'd the barricade. I just did the whole top rope thing.
Yep.
No jumping over it. Just get over this.
You know you had to do the Big Show thing too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Which way did he go?
Is he heel or face?
Whatever he feels like.
Oh my Lord, bro.
Man.
Wow. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Kishi.
Yeah, for real.
So, man, they had that man cosplaying. You knew they ain't had nothing to do for him when they had him cosplaying as Rikishi. They said, "Hey, go out there and show your ass."
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of low key enjoyed that little run of Big Show with all the cosplay stuff because it was ridiculous enough, but he leaned into it.
He did.
And that's the one thing that you can tell when a person has a bad gimmick or a bad storyline or whatever, and they really put themselves into it. They really try. You can tell okay, you know what? This is the only reason why this is even working remotely or getting over is because they're really leaning in.
Man, you right, because that Godfather one was me dying, bro. That man he took Godfather's holes. I said, dang, bro.
To be fair, everybody was taking Godfather's holes during the Attitude Era. Dean Malenko,
True.
S.A. Rios, all these. Godfather was not.
And he didn't care because he just brought new ones out every week.
Exactly.
He losing hoes.
Exactly.
Brother, how you expect these women to work for you? You're losing them. Shit.
He has an endless supply.
That man had that unlimited supply. It was just one get lost, another grow.
It's like when you go to a buffet and you clear out the shrimp fried rice and the orange chicken, and they just bring more out another pan disappears.
He basically just said, "Hey, when you join the Godfather, you are Captain Spawner Ho." How we get
here?
Listen.
Hey, and Atlanta was the living witness. Look how many brought out here. God dang. That was the
true.
Yeah, he definitely went to full industrial. And on that note, let me press this button so we can start the show.
Let's get it. Feeling like GRESH Unleashed. One time for the sickos. I'm all elite with the game from the get-go. Ain't full of no stardust, I'm a real nightmare, bruh. You can meet me at the crossroads. Business is booming, I feel like the hearse and the kid, and they tell me don't hurt anybody. I'm way too fly like Kevin, I could do this all night. Step back, it's a private party, I'm more dirty than dumb with the way I live. No saint like Ricky with the vibes I give. Looking at my watch, it's about that time. When I hit them with the toodles, it's a lot like Tiff. Might as well call me Tony, they don't even know that I'm timeless. AJ Francis, all I really know is first class. $1 million man, 2 prices, you ain't even know over. Shout out to my dogs like Bron. Baby, I'm a limit breaker. You are just a death rider. Can't rest in peace. I saved that for the Undertaker. Proceed with caution, but you ain't Naomi. Can't book the team. Your name must be Tony. IWC say you got to go. I like Jermaine and GRESH Running. Let's start the show. Cool kids step to the front. Cool kids. Too sweet sign for the click. Gotta get the people what they want. Gotta get eradicate quick. Yeah, I'm like Seth with the outfits. Coming in hot too live on your outlets. Running these streets like the prophets. Thank God for the new day. Can't stop it. Jey Uso with the yeet. Eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. Whole new swag with a price on the tag like Javon on the young OG. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. See the power level gotta increase. Bring your content on the daily. Feeling like GRESH Unleashed.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary pals, baby mamas, baby daddies, and everybody in between. Welcome back to the GRESH Unleashed podcast. This is episode 120 of the show that brings you the good vibes to the best of our abilities. Joining you as always is the voice that does the most, the purveyor of mischief, GRESH. And joining me as always is my guys representing the family that we built for the past 5 years at this point, 6 years, if you will. Out first is my guy, the giant of the family, representing the Susie Boys Sports Podcast and all those names that they have. They have like but they don't have as many names as the Paragon, Undisputed Kingdom, all them motherfuckers. Because I swear they change names like people change socks every single day. Anyway, his name is none other than Jermaine the Giant. What's good with you, bro?
Brother, I'm just happy to be here.
Blessed and highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored.
I had to throw that in there. Hey, we from the South out here. Y'all don't know by the accents
Yes,
up
sir.
that we are from the South. He is from the Texians, New Orleans. We are from the Georgias, not the Georgia, not the Atlanta, Georgia. We're from the Atlanta, Georgia. And also from Atlanta, Georgia, but representing the Memphis side of the country. He is another brother from another mother, representing the OTS Media Co. Mr. Hi-Lite Real. What's good with you, brother?
Hey, what's happening, everybody? I ain't never backing down from no average Joe. Your boy is in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
in the
voice,
house.
AKA the voice of the theme song.
Come on, hey,
come on with it. Get that man his flowers.
Hey, I'm just so listen. Thank you.
We give him roses over here. We give him a full. We'll give him a full
bouquet,
flower
baby.
garden.
Come on,
every time.
extending those roses.
He tries to be humble, but I'm gonna talk his shit on his behalf.
Thank you.
Hey,
thank you.
Shout out to you boys. Shout out to all of y'all.
The first theme was fire, and then he remixed it and remade it and updated. I was like,
hey, y'all want to know what's so funny? This is how you know your boy's a writer, right? This is how you know I write my own stuff. Like I remember I did a song one time and I had like 2 features on it, and then I just like redid the song. I made like 3 versions of the song to the point where my mom used to laugh when she was like, "You literally just wrote those features completely off of the song and just made a whole different song." I was like, yeah, I can do that if I ever need to. Like, hey, if a feature start tripping, I'll just write the verse again. I'll just write a whole new verse. And be like, bro,
if the business ain't right, you got to learn how to pivot.
Yeah, that's why they say always have different versions of a song. You never know when you gotta bust them things out.
Nope.
No just pause, like but pause.
Just like Leon Thomas, that man got like 4-5 versions of Mutt. It's kind of
cool. Exactly, bro.
I'm not touching that one.
But like, now you got the deluxe coming out. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, bro. Come on. That's the life of an artist, baby. We make so many different like versions for y'all. Y'all will never hear all of these. Y'all just be like, "Oh, dang, I like this one better." That one, So
I feel like that's probably me in the on the graphic side of things because I'm always updating the graphics and stuff.
Bruh, I remember when we did the artwork. Remember when I was like, "Hey, bro, shoot me an artwork for the GRESH Unleashed," and you sent me like 3, 4, 5 versions.
So yeah, hey, I said, which one you like? It was like I had like 5 to 12 versions. I'm like,
hey, that man was like, "Hey, just pick one." I was like, "All right, dang, these all."
He's like, "Dang, it's like 20 of them." Cause I ain't gonna hold you. It's like I still have the original graphic. It was like blue and white. Yeah. Fun fact about it, I misspelled Unleashed unintentionally. I think I spelled it unleashed. So
Where?
Gresh was not. It was like the very first draft of the. It never got released.
Okay.
And it's like I put it out in like a Discord, and I was like, "Hey, bro, what y'all think?" They're like, "Hey, this logo's fire," but bro, you forgot the H. I was like, "Shit." And it was unintentional because I can laugh at it now because it was unintentional, but I think it was because I was doing so much at the same all at once, and I'm like, okay, yeah, let me just get this out. And I'm like, I wasn't really a fan of it, but it's literally just like an ugly blue, like it's just something but I settled on I believe this is the fighter font. With that, it's like a dedication to the Lakers because I was a long time Lakers fan after I left the Celtics. So,
hey, that's a crazy flex, man. DJ better not ever hear you say that. DJ,
I'm waiting for the phone to buzz.
Yeah, I know, right? Look, DJ heard that somewhere. He's like, "Oh my god!" He just said, "What?" No.
Hey, his spidey senses are tingling right now, and he don't even know why.
He's like, damn, the hair on the back of my neck is standing up, and I don't
find out. Hey, he gonna be listening back to this. He gonna turn into that Drewski gift where he drinking that glass and he just throw it.
Heck yeah, look. Hey, we love you, DJ. You the homie, brother. Hey,
listen.
Hey.
Now I'm a free agent now when it comes to basketball. That's why the guy at the gym, one of my trainers was asking me. He's like, "Hey, who's your team?" I can tell you it ain't the Falcons. And as far as Atlanta,
to be continued.
He was scared. Like he was spotting me on the bench press, and he was just stunned. He was like, "Bro, how are you from Atlanta and not a fan of the Falcons?" Well, when the team makes too many fucking dumb mistakes, you tend to just get over it, and you were like, you know what? I'm gonna leave you alone. But then the toxic in me took over, and I became a fucking Dolphins fan. So that's a 2-for-1. Just say, you know what? You gonna get your ass whooped, regardless. Like you just love toxicity at this point.
Hey, Gresh is a pain freak.
Oh yeah.
You know who else is a pain freak? Seth Rollins. Nigga got Bronson Reed on his team.
Brother.
After breaking his spine.
Hey,
repeatedly.
My boy went from the bloodline to the upgraded J&J security.
Nah, they the minute the bronze and black.
Yeah, exactly.
The bronze and black. Cause I looked, I was like, God, like, and look, when we was watching Raw last night, we going back and forth. I was like, remember the last time Seth was in Money in the Bank, he won. He had J&J security and Kane. Yeah. Now he got B&B security or the bronze and black or however you want to call them. They made sure he won the qualifier. Why not make sure he win the briefcase?
Hey, this could work one or two ways though, because the one group you forgot about is the one with the two authors of pain who done had the second trial run, and you see how that worked out for him.
Hey, but listen, they got plans for Braun Breaker. They got big plans for him. And Bronson Reed is one of, to me, he's one of those type of guys that you need a good monster heel.
Oh, if he didn't shot his ankle, he would have been prominent like after War Games.
Bruh. But like I love that they kept him away from the bloodline, especially after they brought in Jeff Cobb. Mm-hmm. Because you kind of even it out. You don't have one team or faction that's too OP. So it's good that he's with them now and he has a prominent spot on the roster returning from injury. Like, I'm totally digging it. I was just mad that when I saw him wear his black cement 3s, I was like, you know what? I should wear mine. Then I remember I got to wear mine because I ain't re-debuting on Saturday Night Main Event. So I guess they're gonna stay in the box.
Hey, what a way to come back! I can tell you that much. I was like,
yeah. The reason why we're not really tackling all the Saturday Night Main events because it's Tuesday. I'm pretty sure y'all heard enough about it, and we did a whole post show over
Public Enemies, baby.
So
check that thing out.
If y'all want to check it out and run it back, go for it. Get our initial thoughts. But yeah, Saturday Night's Main Event. is Saturday Night's main event. It's Saturday night's commercials. If you watch real network television, it's like more commercials than show at this point.
Goodness gracious.
But
seriously,
I would have been moved by this opening promo from Seth Rollins on Raw if I didn't hear like 5 to 10 versions in the past 10 years. This nigga has been associated with the future of wrestling since Obama was in office, and the second time.
True.
Like this nigga's
Yeah.
been the future of WWE and wrestling since 2014. It's 2025.
Yeah, bro.
When are you gonna be the president?
For real.
Hey, this is my theory to that, because you know I'm a like to play the devil's advocate. He's been trying to be the guy with the ball. He's been trying to be that main guy, and they haven't ever really given him the ball to just run with it since that first run he had with the Authority. They've never really said you are the guy. You're going to have these moments and everything else until now. And now is his time, especially with Roman going more part-time. And Cody, you know, then had his run last year or whatever. Like, there's a space for Seth to take over and be like one of the guys in the company. And I'm glad that they're giving him his shot. I'm glad that they're giving him a faction and a mouthpiece and everything else. He doesn't even need Heyman. But to me, Heyman always works to me at his best when he's an accent to somebody who already has a presence and a character. When he has to be the main focus and the mouthpiece, he does great. But he's at his best when he doesn't have to do too much of the heavy lifting, and he can just add that little extra spice, that little extra flavor or whatever here and
there. Okay. So do you see them giving him the undisputed title?
You know,
or give him right back the world title? Because it's like, I feel like if they want to really establish him as the future, they gotta give him the proverbial top title.
You know, with him being on Raw, that's gonna be difficult. But with him winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, there could be something there down the line. And I'm wondering if that's the direction that they're gonna go in. I mean, to also, you could look at it from this perspective, like with them being on Netflix with Raw, you do want somebody strong that can carry that brand, that can, you know, have people tune in and whatnot, because that's your big cash cow with all that money that they're getting from Netflix every year. So it could be a thing of, we need you to carry this brand because of Netflix and the responsibilities and obligations that we have here.
Gotcha.
I mean, so one, I would say that I think Jay's doing a pretty good job with that based off these reactions. Like, I think he's really at that tier where Netflix is even looking at him like, hey, yeah, we like this guy. Like, he's bringing kids into the crowd, having them, you know, do the heat motions now. Like, it's like he keeps reinventing this entrance every single time in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Where it's, yeah, you know, he eating on him. Yeah, all this.
He eating everywhere.
He eating what he saw in spite of himself.
You know what I'm saying? But I think, like, being a top babyface like he is right now, especially even when the time comes for him to drop the title, he still has that aura that just like a Netflix is looking at that and seeing that as a mainstream level player kind of thing, you know? And I think a guy like a Jay can carry that brand on top of, you know, the Codys and whoever they decide to mix it up with when it comes to like Raw. Not to say that Seth still can't be the guy as far as an antagonist, of course. So I do agree with you, like in terms of that you still need that key villain that can be like the top villain to carry a company. And I think Seth can definitely still do that with this iteration, you know.
Well,
still need them to change that music though.
Yeah,
but
I was just about to say that. Because it's like you go from them cheering him and then him trying to be a villain, and I'm like, they're still cheering you. They're literally going from singing his song to saying "F you, Seth," right back to singing his song. So it's like, pull a Nakamura in 2018, like put some lyrics on top of it, like throw them off, or just chop out the harmony part. Like,
hey, I love the fact that he has that crowd control though. I think it's kind of dope.
Oh yeah, yeah. He could even pull a Chris Jericho if he wanted. With the whole, remember how the Judas thing took over the way it did, and once he finally started transitioning from that, he kind of would make him cut it off before it even got going, even though they would still try to sing it for whatever reason, but he'd cut it off just to get them to boo, and then eventually they ended up changing the music to where that killed it completely, where it was just like, okay, now we can really just boo him because we hate him now, because it's like this and that.
I
So
am the visionary.
Stop it. Stop
hey,
it
that would be
right
hilarious,
now.
bro. Talk about a slap in the face to AEW. That would be
Stop it
hilarious.
right now.
I am
Hey,
the visionary.
promo code all visionary.
All visionary.
Bro, I'm so mad that fits, bro. I'm so mad that fits. Like, yo.
All visionary. Buy my merch. Promo code 20% off. All visionary.
And they kill me with these doggone promo codes, bro.
Hey,
Like,
bro, listen, I love the pettiness and the back and forthness of it because AEW is like the little bro that keeps throwing jabs at the big brother, and the big brother just don't want to really acknowledge him. But it's like, big bro, no, you acknowledging little bro with that promo code slight, and then you be running pay-per-views and stuff head to head. Like, stop it. You know little bro is there. Stop it. Just be real. But I love it though. I love it.
Speaking of that, WWE Evolution Weekend was announced on Saturday as well. It is Evolution, July 12th, 6:30 at the State Farm Arena. July 12th at 7:30 will be Saturday night's main event, and NXT Great American Bash will be around noon, so soon at the same time as All In. Promo code.
When does All
WWE. All In is like 3 p.m. Central 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So it'll be like 4 o'clock.
You know, I don't know why they doing it like that, man. Because honestly, in Texas in July,
yeah, it's gonna be hot as shit.
Pay-per-view at that time.
Yeah, that traffic gonna be a bit.
Brother.
Hey, tell them, Gresh, that Texas traffic ain't nothing to play with. Bro.
Man, look, I'm talking about that Texas heat.
That heat is gonna be a bitch.
That too. It's an open stadium too, ain't it?
Oh, it's 2 p.m. Central.
Oh, 2 p.m.
No, they have a roof on it. Now that is the one good thing. They do have a roof. I believe Globe Life Field does have a roof. It's like retractable and everything. So that is, but I'm just saying, like, as far as like people getting there, you know, waiting in line and stuff like that, like in the middle of the day in July in Texas
with musty wrestling fans,
brother, it is gonna be ripe in there.
Oh my god!
Nah, you talking about Texas? Let's go back to Atlanta. They're gonna be here in Atlanta. You know who also gonna be here in Atlanta that exact same weekend? My mama. Beyonce. This ain't Texas, literally. This is Georgia.
It's Georgia. And it's just as hot, slightly less humid, but just as hot.
It's gonna be hot as shit.
Yeah.
In July.
In July,
bruh.
Unless y'all luck out and get rain, it's gonna be hot.
Then it's gonna be okay. Then it'll be what, instead of it being 97,
it'll be 89.
Not that humid. It'll be like 92, 89, and like
it'll be
89.
So instead of going from 95 in July, it's 89.
Ladies, pro tip: if you wear your natural hair, do not straighten it. Don't straighten it. Just letting you know. Like I'm a girl dad, and I've learned this from my daughter, my sisters, and stuff like that. Like I'm just telling y'all.
I grew up in a house full of women. He's correct.
Don't straighten it. Do not wear your natural hair straight for that concert.
You better wig it.
You better wig it.
Man.
Wig, braids, or just wear your kinky curls or something like that. Like something that won't be bothered by the heat and the humidity. Trust me.
You setting yourself up to be annoyed. you're already setting yourself up to be annoyed because the smell is gonna be crazy.
Phew. Boy.
Listen, we went to Bad Blood
Mm-hmm.
and Raw,
Mm-hmm.
and buddy, the smells were there.
They were there.
Had me checking my feet almost every other 5 minutes. Make sure I ain't stepping on shit.
Bruh.
Like, that's on.
Legit.
Listen,
Yeah.
but no, nobody in that company bothered to research to say, hey, Beyonce's gonna be there.
You would think, right? You would think.
We're not even talking about just WWE. We talk about the whole TKO Endeavor, the whole conglomerate.
Like
Because
Beyonce is going to be there, and people are saying, "Oh, it's just down the street." My nigga, State Farm is right next to Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Next, like walking distance.
Literally, boom. You exit State Farm Arena, boom.
It's like
Mercedes-Benz.
a half a mile or so apart.
No.
if that.
It's not even half a mile.
Not even
It's
that, bro.
Right
It's
there.
Right there. Like,
Because like when I looked it up, the only thing in between is like that transit station or something.
I don't
know. I looked it up.
I'm telling you because I worked down there. I worked at the hotel, the Signia at the Hilton. I worked a couple of shows down there. When I tell you, as soon as you walk out that door, as soon as you look left, there's Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Okay,
and then you look further left, there's State Farm Arena.
State Farm. Right.
So it's literally boom. It's literally a sky bridge. Right across.
That's why I asked y'all, because I'm like, when I looked it up, it looked like you know.
Oh yeah, that map is not as updated to what it is today.
Yeah, it's not
it's Google. So you know, sometimes Google it's kind of accurate. But
I was just there 3 weeks ago, so that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, and there is a train station. So if you get off at Vine City and you get on that bridge, it's literally right there to get to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So yeah, all I will tell people, if you come out here for Evolution, I am juggling. Do I want to hit up this stuff in Evolution, or do I want to go to Texas? Because them Texas tickets, them all-in tickets looking kind of cheap compared to WWE.
which is a surprise, right? Because I was listening to JD talk about wrestling in 2025 right now, like how it's just been, and he was comparing the fact that both of these companies got paid, and got like lazy with their booking since they got paid, right? So like, he was talking about that I guess that 185 mil or something like that AEW got from that deal. And he was like, even though Tony can cough that out of his sleep, it's still the fact that company got paid. And so like, when you look at it that way, I mean, the fact that those tickets is cheaper than that says a lot.
I believe I glanced out of curiosity. I think floor seats, not even like ringside seats, but like floor seats, I think the max I saw was like $821 per person.
That's probably gotta be close to like all in ringside, like close to the ringside area, right?
Yeah, the ringside. Like I looked at their package. Their ringside is like $1,056, but that's for everything, not even just to show up. It's like multiple dates. Like you can be doing multiple events. It's like literally a week long event.
So they have like the like what is that concierge service, or like it's like on location or something like that?
Yeah, it's basically. So I pulled up the VIP package for the all-in VIP. It's like it's $1,350. So it's like $1,350 for the champion. It's $1,050, and then for the challenger it's like $550, and that's for premium lower seatings. That's not even. So it's like you're like lower level, and then you got the floor seats, which is like 6 to 10, and then you got the premium floor seats, the first 5 rows for like $1,350. Those are all sold out though. By the way, just the only thing that's left is the champion.
Okay. It doesn't. I mean, it honestly, when in the grand scheme of things, it's really not bad when you compare it to other shows and venues and things like that. As far as like a wrestling show is concerned, especially because it's their premier event. Like people were spending that kind of money to sit in the nosebleeds at Mania and stuff like that, you know. So
I'm curious for Evolution. Hold on, now I'm curious because they have pre-sales. I'm curious. I'm just curious at this point.
I don't know when the pre-sales start.
It just started today.
Okay.
So for lower level, it's $838.
Okay.
pretty much similar to where we were when we went to Bad Blood.
Oh, okay, that's still not bad. That's not bad.
That's not bad. And the nosebleed right now is just 200.
For State Farm, that ain't bad either. Because even when the nosebleeds,
and it's just a 2-day combo, so it's like for both Evolution and Saturday Night's Main Event.
Ooh, okay. Well, shoot.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, neither one of them are. It's not looking bad.
It ain't bad,
but
bro.
that's just the pre-sale. I'm not even talking about when it's on sale. You already know they're gonna shoot their prices up. They trying to make that quarter.
Oh yeah, they're gonna make it. I really think that sometimes they come up with a figure that they want to make for the event overall, and then they divide it by the seats that they have available. It's like, all right, average price is this, and like let's go from ringside out and price everything out, or from top down or whatever, and like average everything out because we want to hit at least this much for the gate. And then they go from there as far as the dynamic pricing and stuff is concerned and see where they get. The thing that really like kind of gave me a little insight to it, honestly, besides like knowing stuff and talking to people and things like that, was remember on that WrestleMania 9 documentary when they came up with the pricing and how they wanted to hit the $1 million gate or whatever, and they showed how they priced it. And I'm thinking about that, and I'm thinking about like how that dynamic ticket pricing works, with the event getting closer or further away, and the prominence of the event, so on and so forth, and how that works. And I'm like, I wonder if they have a number in mind, and then they go from there and build out the pricing, or do they just say, okay, here's what we charged last time we ran this venue, here's what we charged last time for this event, here's where we want to hit our mark. I'm just wondering, like, I would love to know the inner workings about how they come about those figures and
stuff. Fascinating.
It
is fascinating when you think about it. Like when you take away the tribalistic bullshit, it's fascinating.
Boy, man, don't get me started. Don't get me started. I can't wait till that article drops so I could ruffle some feathers and stuff like that. I may need to update it before they drop it, but yeah, it's supposed to be coming up sometime on VRP, but we're gonna see.
Speaking of coming up, we are coming up on a rematch between Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria for the Intercontinental Women's Championship.
Money in the bank.
Yeah, so it's all the safe to say that Lyra's losing that title here, right?
That's what a lot of us thought the last time, and then I don't know, bro. Lyra might finally be getting that push, dog. Becky probably getting that side swipe.
No, the reason why I asked that because they added that stipulation. So basically, if Becky loses, she can never challenge Lyra for the title again. If Lyra loses, she has to raise Becky's hand. A callback to when Lyra beat her for the NXT Women's Championship, and Becky raised her hand. A little imbalanced, if you ask me, but I guess it's a story that they're going for.
That feels like some type of setup.
That's what I mean by when I'm like, yeah, it's safe to say that Lyra's about to lose his title because
and it does feel like a real setup because this could also feed into the Becky and Charlotte storyline where they're both spiraling, they're both not getting to where they want to be. And I love a good spiraling storyline, and you try to come back and fight out of it or whatever. But it does really seem like they're going with the whole Lyra losing the belt and forcing her to have to raise Becky's hand. And I'm pretty sure Becky's gonna win by some underhanded heel tactic or something like that.
That's what I mean.
Gonna have to be forced to do it.
They're basically doing what we said they was gonna start at what was the pay-per-view? Backlash? At Backlash. And they say, hell yeah, we're just gonna skip it. We're gonna just stretch it to she wins the title, Money back, and then Lyra's gonna win it back at SummerSlam or Saturday Night's Main Event, whichever one comes first.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be good to see though. I think they're gonna put on another banger of a match because those ladies have good chemistry, and there's just something about, like, I know sometimes people get tired of seeing the same repetitive matchups, back to back. But there's just something about two wrestlers when they have good in-ring chemistry and they just can put on a banger of a match. And it doesn't have to be the exact same match. they can put in different elements and change the matchup and still give you a good quality match.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. And speaking of a quality match that I feel like a lot of people we're gonna have the return of the League of Nations.
Oh,
Bruh.
Rusev versus Amos. Big, beefy men bumping me.
Hey, bro. At first I was like, they about to fight it out, and then when they just stood there across from each other, like they about to hug it out. And then Rusev just left, and I was like, "What the hell? We ain't getting no hug. We ain't getting no punches thrown. We ain't get a damn thing. Like, what the hell is this?"
They got to tease you, brother. They're gonna make you want more.
And you know, and that's the thing that I'll call back to, like you said, JD was talking about how they got lazy with their bookings. I don't think they got lazy with their bookings. I just think that sometimes that we as wrestling fans always want the instant microwave TV dinner meal,
which
and we don't want
good, by
that.
the way.
Listen, I'm still looking for the beer battered chicken from Hungry Man. With that beer battered chicken, I don't know what they put in that batter, and I don't know how they compose that chicken. But I swear, if I could buy like a 5-pound box of just that beer battered chicken from Hungry Man, I would do it. But no, man, like I think that sometimes we want, as wrestling fans as a whole, they want like the quick, the instant, the right now, the feed me. And it's like sometimes you need to wait and slow cook a meal and let it go. And to me, that's what we see with some of this stuff. And I know that we may not want to wait for the payoff, or sometimes they may drag things out a little too long, or injuries and things like that may cause them to turn and pivot. Mm-hmm. But sometimes if we just roll with the punches, things actually end up pretty okay.
Oh, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. So it's like I'm just kind of glad that they're finally moving Rusev on to some people that you can believe have a chance, because nobody believed that Otis or Cesaro was gonna be that man. Like come on, man. Like, like you use these two to reestablish Rusev to the WWE audience. Okay, he's not the same Bulgarian brute. He's the Redeemer, basically. So here's the direction we're going. His first challenge is going to be Sheamus. Then I feel like his next challenge should be whoever he should go after Dom. Because he is the champion. And Dom is also in a love of squirrel again with the returning Liv Morgan and little itty bitty Roxanne Perez.
Can we really say that? I mean,
Roxanne is lusting after the nugget slut, and Liv Liv is not fazed by her at all.
Hey.
I mean, she said, shut up. That's literally how she was. She's like,
Hey, the streets is talking, and they saying the same thing. They saying,
listen,
hey, now, be careful.
Listen,
you lose them how you got them. You know, you lose how you got them,
bruh. Wait,
you should know the game now.
First of all, again, I'm gonna bring this up again. I'm gonna bring it up every damn time I see it. He likes tenders, not nuggets. Catering needs to stop with them damn Tyson frozen chicken nuggets on that platter.
At least you picked the platter this time. It's not the JC Penney
box. hey, but they still look cold and ugly and nasty.
And no goddamn sauce. Where's the fucking sauce?
Thank you.
God damn it.
Thank you.
Yeah, where the sauce, bro?
Thank you.
God dang.
I mean,
not no sweet, not no spicy mustard, not no barbecue, something. Chick-fil-A has like 4,000 sauces.
Get some Chick-fil-A sauce, some Mac
sauce. They even sell
something.
them in the stores,
bruh.
Yes.
Like, why not get them the platter that has the little dipping tray in the middle or something, or the one that has the dipping trays around the outside, like something. But my other thing with this is that. Shout out to Marks and Mike's, JT over there at Marks and Mike's podcast. He had posted the clip from the movie Friday when Debbie was inside, and then Craig's girlfriend came. And then she was like, Is that bitch? Bruh, that is so accurate. Because when I looked at that clip, I damn near dropped my phone. I laughed so hard, bruh. Like my hand got weak. I laughed so hard because it was so accurate. Because when Liv rolled up and she saw Roxanne, she was like, what the fuck? And then Finn was sitting there like Smokey, like, yep, get him.
Get your ass in the house.
Bruh, I ain't gonna lie. That clip is even more funny when you realize that's Trudy Proud.
Bruh.
That's the voice. The lady, the girlfriend is the voice of Trudy Proud.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh,
So it's even more funny.
Is.
So every time she yelled in that movie, all I heard was
Oscar! Oscar!
Hey man, it never clicked with me because I'm old enough to have seen it in the theater like when it first came out. So like I was introduced to it and it was a classic to me before we even had the Proud family.
I don't even know who introduced me to Friday. I think I saw scratch that. I saw Next Friday. And I was like, wait, and someone told me this is the second one. I said, okay, so what's the first one? And then I saw the first one, and then they made Friday After Next, and I'm like, yo, this is a classic. And this is a Christmas movie. I don't care what nobody tells me. But do we feel like it's more to it? Because like now you got, so basically I saw on social media some people said Raquel is gonna be Damien to Roxanne's to JD. The way that she's acting towards her. Like, you know how you remember when JD before he got in officially Damien was just like, bruh, like why are he was cussing in his native tongue, and he's like, why are you talking to me? And he held him against the wall, like, yeah, this is the consequences. And I'm like, why you got this little big ass head man by his neck against the wall?
Big ass.
Before he eventually, got in. But see, look, I feel like if they do that, then you need a female R-Truth. Who would that be? Because that's how they finally eventually accepted JD. It took R-Truth to finally get them to welcome JD in.
No, because they both hated him.
Yeah, well, I think it could just be like a thing where she eventually proves herself. It may not even be like an R-Truth thing. It just may be a thing where she eventually proves herself. But I'm loving the way this is all going, though. Like, people can say what they want about the storyline and Dom and how they tried to say the women's title revolved around that storyline. The women's title didn't revolve around that storyline. It revolved around the Liv Morgan revenge tour because Liv wanted to win. She wanted to get back at Rhea. She said she wanted to take everything Rhea had. And she took the title and then she took Dom simultaneously. Like, that was the storyline.
That wasn't hard. All you needed was some chicken tenders.
Listen. She wore booty shorts and chicken tenders.
Yeah.
And Dom, you got it.
Them Daisy Dukes and them Tyson tenders. That's it.
That's all it took.
And a PlayStation 5 in the process.
And a PlayStation 5.
Yeah. Now look.
You know what, Liv? You all right. You all right.
Look, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You give me some tacos, sandwiches and stuff, because I love sandwiches, tacos, and wings. Like, them my three favorite foods. And rice and gravy.
You can give me some regular tacos and your tacos.
Yeah.
Give me some tacos and or some chicken fried rice, shrimp fried rice, any fried rice, and I'm cool, brother. Hey, make it work. You know what I'm saying?
I need to make fried rice again, because the last time I made it, the rice kind of gummy. It was still good, but the rice was too gummy. I messed up the rice.
Heck yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And give me your cookie when you're done.
I want a dinner taco and a dessert taco.
Yep. Either way, I'm leaving here with something.
I'm leaving with something.
And that's how Dom is. He's like, I'm leaving with something.
Listen, I love tacos.
Hey, you know what would make this? What's up, lovely? What's happening? You know what would make this so dope, bro? If they just found some kind of way to somehow insert Rhea as a cameo in the midst of all of this to just be like, I told you so.
Fuck.
Ooh, bro.
No. She ain't got to be fully involved. I'm not saying revisit.
Oh, like a little passing
cameo,
like a passing, like
a Yeah, exactly. Just one
Okay, I
like.
can take that, but like if just to involve her, no.
Oh no.
We
We're
are
well
not doing
past
that.
that.
We are
We
not
got
doing that again.
PTSD. Yeah, no. I just meant like you know how they always WWE's
Listen.
great for those comic moments of like a cameo situation where you're like
Since
call
they make
back.
everything a world, like a big world anyway, with background stuff, like all they gotta do is just have them fight, and then Rhea just be like,
All she has to do is literally just they're coming back from Gorilla. Like, for example, after this match, they're walking through Gorilla or something, and they're like arguing, whatever, and then Rhea just walks by and was like,
Yeah, exactly.
she don't even have to do nothing. She can just look, give a look, and just keep walking.
And just keep
That
walking,
would be
bro.
enough.
Bro, and everybody would get it because they'd be like, gotcha.
I told your ass. I told you.
Uh-huh.
I told you. Dumb.
Bro, that Chappelle when he with Oprah, gotcha, bitch.
Oprah. What was it? Oprah. Oh man.
Gotcha.
Hey man, that would be perfect though. That was a good one highlight because I love a little chaos, but that would be the perfect amount.
Just be subtle with it. Just a little subtleness.
Yeah,
Subtleness goes a long way.
Yeah.
But what isn't subtle is Gunther's obsession with Jey Uso. He's not subtle. He keeps repeating himself over and over and over. He's like, "Oh, you're a bad champion. I'm gonna right or wrong. Can y'all please give them some new material?"
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man.
Much like I told you fellas in the group chat, this man is pretty much that 90s villain that lost it all, sitting in prison behind the doggone glass wall, looking at Jay, trying to tell him how to be who he used to be. And it's like, I didn't ask you. Didn't I beat you? Ain't you locked up? What you? Yeah, but you came to see me, so evidently you need some advice. Let me help you out. It's just like, bro, go on somewhere with that, man.
And Jay was like, "All right, bro, I'm repeating myself again. Let me tell you." When he started pacing, he was like, "All right, bro, I'm finna repeat myself again. I ain't sweating. I'm not overlooking you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna beat you again. 4 letters, 1 word.
Hey man, listen. It's like you have that age-old story of the dominating champion and the scrappy underdog who the people are behind. Nobody thinks he's capable. Nobody thinks he's gonna win. And then when he wins, then you have to flip that storyline. Say like, are you the capable champion now that you've become champion? And you were this once dominant heel champion. Can you really overcome, this scrappy underdog who's like found his way and found his groove and stuff? Mm-hmm. And it's like, sometimes I feel like they haven't found a way to tell the other side of that story when the belt got flipped. And it's just this, it really seems like, honestly, it would have been better if it was a confident shift between the two. And that's what I was expecting to see is somewhat Gunther not be as confident and Jay be a little more confident. Like still that playing that underdog role as champion, but like I got a little more confident because I've done it before. And then Gunther taking a step back, being not as confident as he once was before. And it could have been something as simple. This to me, if I was writing this promo, would have gone, Gunther's coming out there and he's gonna say the same kind of things that he was saying before, but the Jay side would have been like, I'm looking into your eyes and I see the fear. Mm-hmm. I see that you're scared of me. You're not as confident as you once were before because now you don't know if you can beat me because I've beaten you. Mm-hmm. And then Gunther kind of like, what? No, something like that.
Self-doubt.
Right, mm-hmm. Right. That's what I was looking for more of a psychological thing between the two of them. Now, I'm not saying that they can't still do that, but that's what I would like to have seen. Yeah, that's what I would like to see in the next couple of weeks leading up to it and everything. And I wouldn't be surprised if Gunther does another sneak attack and chokes Jay out and, does something like that. Or if Jay kind of gets the best of Gunther at some point when he tries to sneak attack him or something to show where the confidence has shifted within those two characters. That's what I would like to see.
I hope we don't get too many more sneak attacks. Jay's been snuck attacked. I don't know how many times now
I
as of late.
mean, that's what happens when you
Brother
don't
Paul
mind your
got
business, nigga. And Seth and Black's business, and you got him in Punk's business and Sammy's business, and you got him in Cody's business. Like niggas is all over the place. And
all over.
speaking of Cody, the American Nightmare returned on Saturday. How we feeling about that? I already gave our thoughts. If you haven't already, Public Enemies podcast, our initial thoughts. But how you guys feeling about the return of Cody Rhodes in this capacity? It will be a tag team match for Money in the Bank. It will be John Cena, undisputed champion. John Cena teaming up with Logan Paul to take on Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes.
This is an interesting thought of the fact that given the last time we saw Cody and the fan reception that it got after the fact, what a way to just, bring him back like we were just supposed to forget that a few weeks later, a month later. What? You don't think we just remembered the fact that this man just, I don't know, had a chance to retain his title and do the unthinkable, hit John Cena with a belt at least? No, I can't do it.
I'm a good
not
guy.
gonna do it. I'm a good guy. Yeah, only to get kicked in the balls again and hit with a belt in a nonchalant way. 1, 2, 3. Like, were we supposed to just forget? Do you forget that wrestling fans don't forget people? Like,
listen, this entire John Cena heel return has been ass. Let's just keep it a beat in the buck. But hey, it's supposed to happen because he's supposed to ruin wrestling. Well, I'm supposed to be moved by him ruining wrestling. I'm supposed to feel something about him. I feel nothing.
Yeah,
man, the thing is, bro,
every time the bell rings, I'll be like, okay, if a match against R-Truth of all people barely moves me.
Good point.
Hey, I just feel like they're just not. Cena is so robotic in his delivery.
Did you see that promo backstage? We didn't talk about that on Saturday, but you see that promo he cut?
Oh my god! Bro, the only thing that was missing was fine speech. That was the only
and
thing
even
missing.
That would have been ass. He was like, fine speech.
That's the only thing. It seems so robotic. It's almost like I'm starting to think he's doing it on purpose now, just for the simple fact that he
didn't want to turn heel, and so he's like, I'm finna fuck everything up. Literally, not for wrestling. I'm finna ruin it for y'all. I'm finna half-ass everything because he does not look motivated.
But this is the thing. I think he wanted to turn heel. I think he's doing it on purpose now to say like, well, people hate this, so I'm gonna keep doing it because they don't like it, and that's my whole point, is to ruin wrestling. So I'm just gonna keep giving y'all shitty promos. I'm gonna keep giving y'all these underhanded tactics. I'm gonna win with cheating and stuff, like the simple cheats. I'm not even gonna do a complicated cheat. I'm gonna do a simple cheat where I try to hit him with the belt and the ref tells me no. As soon as the ref turn, I'm gonna kick him in the nuts.
You know what? I feel like, you know what it is? And I thought I sat on this even to now. I just feel like our biggest mistake was fantasy booking a washed up John Cena.
Good one.
The reason why I say that is because when you think about it, everybody was like, I want to see John Cena versus CM Punk. I want to see John Cena versus The Rock. I want to see John Cena versus Roman Reigns one more time. I want to see all these people one more time. Some people, I even see people say, hey, can Tony Khan make a deal and let Coke return to WWE for one night only to wrestle John Cena one more time? Motherfucker, load up WWE 2K25 if you want that match. But I digress.
Why?
We messed ourselves up expecting too much. Especially really after his last WrestleMania, before he won the title back. Nigga got a bad match out of Austin Theory. And so
yeah.
And I'm not finna act like they're the best wrestlers that are of the next generation, but it's like, bro, if you look at it and you look back, he was checked out then.
I don't think he was actually. I just think that Cena always, like, he could wrestle when he was younger. He had it in him. It was just like that wasn't what his character called for him to do a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And I went back and I kid you not, just last night watched the Money in the Bank 2011 between him and Punk, and you could see in that SummerSlam match from that same year as well. You could see when he was wrestling Punk back then, Punk made Cena wrestle. And the only time Cena has ever had a great match pulled out of him is when he's forced to level up against somebody who can really go in the ring, who really like forces him to like level up. Like when he wrestled AJ Styles. Remember, we talked about this not long ago.
AJ Styles.
That was the last time we saw Cena have a great match. Was when he wrestled
Brian
AJ
Danielson
Styles.
Also brought that out of him.
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was forgetting. I knew I was forgetting another one highlight because when we talked about this a few weeks ago, I knew it was at least one more.
Shawn Michaels too.
Yes, because that pivot is the WrestleMania 23 main event when Triple H got hurt again. Because it was supposed to be him and Triple H running it back. Triple H got hurt and they put in Shawn Michaels. But to me, the only reason why I said his last great match was against Roman Reigns was because of the specter and the spectacle that Reigns brings with him. And the way that Roman works his matches is more slow and methodical. And that's more up to Cena's speed right now. But when you got a Shawn Michaels, AJ Styles, a CM Punk, especially when he wrestled those guys in their prime, talking about Punk and Michaels, and he was still in his prime, you saw a great match out of Cena. You right now, it would take somebody with a Roman Reigns style to pull a great match out of John Cena. That's not how Austin Theory wrestles. That's not how Cody Rhodes wrestles. That's not how a lot of these guys wrestle. They have a higher work rate and a different type of match that they try to do, a little bit more high pace, some high spots here and there.
And they have to slow down for him.
Exactly. So that dummies them down to kind of meet him in the middle. And sometimes it just doesn't mesh. It just doesn't work. And I think the thing that's compounding his heel run is that robotic, I'm just here to fill my dates delivery that he does with his promos and backstage segments and stuff. And it's making this run seem like it's ass. And I'm just trying to enjoy it for what it is. It's like he's trying to, I keep telling myself he's trying to ruin wrestling. So don't get
I think that's the problem. I shouldn't have to tell myself that. I should because I keep telling myself that too. I'm like, you know what? He's ruining wrestling, so I can't get too upset. But like, you know, let me call him spade.
Like you're pissing me off.
Like,
you're pissing me off.
You're pissing me off, my nigga.
Damn it. Because it's like, bro, you cut more interesting promos when you were a dickhead babyface. I'm not talking about the cookie cutter babyface, but when you were a dickhead to like Roman Reigns, when he was like, hey, if you was actually good at your job, I wouldn't have to be here. Type of Johnson. I was expecting that. Like I wasn't expecting him to be a full blown like. He's literally a mustache twirling villain right now. Like he's not even. There's no reason for him to be.
Oh, he's a VOD villain.
He's just a VOD villain.
He's a VOD villain, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's like, all right, bro. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. I'm gonna get my thoughts off and call it a day. But it's just like, yeah. And then we get in this tag team match. Like you already know how I feel about Logan Paul. Like I and that match against him and Jey proved that Logan needs someone, a ring general. Like I'm not gonna act like Jey Uso is a ring general. Like Jey has his style and Logan has his style. But at the same time, you could watching that match back, you can tell that Logan was he was kind of like he needed a Seth Rollins, he needed a
Ricochet.
Punk, a Ricochet. He needed those type of talent.
Yeah.
AJ Styles.
I gotta go back and watch it. I gotta go back and rewatch. That was one.
It wasn't a bad match, but
that was one I haven't rewatched yet.
Okay.
But I definitely want to go back and rewatch that one and just kind of see, like how it went and everything else. But I don't know, bro. I just like to me, and I want to credit who said this, and I can't remember who said it, and I apologize, but somebody said if you recall how he was with Nikki Bella on Total Divas or Total Bellas or whatever, he's basically that heel on like he was on that show, and he was
my boy
just being
Deontay?
himself. It may have been. I'm
Deontay
not
DDJ,
sure.
because he got a whole
It may
YouTube
have
dedicated to Total Bellas and Total Divas rewatching. He was like, bro, this is John Cena house rules.
It's something like that, bro. But like, to me, he is that heel, because if you I remember looking back at some of those clips and some of those shows and stuff, and the way he would talk about the house rules. You have to come to dinner. Dinner is at this time. Why are you cooking? And why is this on the counter? And blah 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 blah. And it was
Yeah,
like,
he's basically
bro,
Total Bellas John Cena.
So y'all
that's
saying
what he is.
the Miz wasn't exaggerating when he did that mimic. Then it's like,
No, that's what made it so good. Because he was so on point with it. Him and Maurice.
John Cena's house rules you are not following. Why are you not following, Nikki? This is
I did it
And Maurice
for
was
the
like, oh my
Rock.
god, oh my god. Why
I
are
did
you
it.
doing this? Oh my god.
He basically was Rikishi. I did it for the Rock.
Wow.
And it's funny how who had him turn heel? The Rock. I did it
Bruh.
for the Rock.
Bruh,
did
it's
it.
like
For the final
Crazy.
boss.
when you gotta
Crazy.
think about, when you think back to that line right there, it's like Rikishi ain't never had an accent until he said that line.
Mm-mm.
And he said that one line, and it was like, bruh, where that accent came from? And then it disappeared.
Okay.
Okay. I did
I
it.
did it.
What?
I did it.
I wish somebody would have did him like Triple H did Kofi. Hey, where's your accent?
Oh boy. Oh my god.
But this tag team match is happening at Money in the Bank in Los Angeles. So hey, this is the third year in a row that the undisputed champion has been in a tag team match.
What
2023,
the heck?
2023 was the Bloodline Civil War. 2024 was Cody, Randy, and KO versus the Bloodline when Cody was the champion. And this year, undisputed champion will be in a tag team match.
Hey,
With the
but you
world
know what
heavyweight champion too.
With the
you
world
know
heavyweight
what
champion
I
this
do
time.
like about this is that I hope this closes the show. And
Oh, you know it
Money
is.
in the Bank has already been decided, because you have both champions in a tag match.
Where somebody's getting cashed in.
Somebody, man, come on, Hi-Lite. You see
Somebody's
where I'm going with
getting
this.
cashed in on.
I need that. As bad as I don't want it to happen, and I know for a fact it'll probably be Jey Uso and Seth or whoever may take the title off of him like that. At least tease it.
Right.
At least tease it. At
You know
least
that.
have whoever wins it come out and like, I could do this, but I'm not.
You know the irony of that, my brother, is that they already have a freaking WWE playlist right now of like same night cash-ins.
Yeah.
So it's almost like they're trying to tell you something, by the way, where they're showing like all their history of same night cash-ins, and I'm like, huh? You don't say.
Yeah, a few Sundays ago, they ran their greatest moments show was the top 10 Money in the Bank cash-ins ever. And there were a few of those that were on the same night.
After a while, there's only so many of those that can be great because you're gonna run out of ideas eventually.
Oh, they ran out of ideas a long time ago. It's only been like two
No,
great cash-ins in the
'cause
past
they had
10 years.
They had one with Priest, but they fumbled it because that was a great idea, but then they fumbled it. Nobody's done it at Survivor Series yet, so that technically still counts. But you got to catch them off guard with it. See, there's still some creative ones out there, but they ain't doing them. And I'm like, dog, what the freak?
And that's the reason why I don't want a same night cash-in. I want y'all to sit on this, have a plan, and get creative on the cash-in. Because after a while, it's only so many times you can do a cash-in before people be like, all right.
Yeah, it's just they. I mean, I don't know, man. I want to see, like, I don't mind the same night cash in, but I also love the long play, the long game of it, because there's always that tease out there, and even if they're not teasing it, that person still walks around holding the briefcase. And so as long as they're holding that briefcase, there's always that chance that they could do it at any moment. But like, my thing is I would love for the Money in the Bank cash in to be similar to the, and this is my hot take for the week, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
I would love for the Money in the Bank cash-in to be similar to the 24/7 title, where it could happen any place at any time.
That's what the funny thing is. When it was first introduced, that's what they said. The cash in can happen at any place, anytime for up to a year. That's literally what they said.
And it's never happened.
It's never happened in
outside
any
of a
place.
wrestling ring. Exactly.
I needed to happen in a grocery store. Revive Booker T and Stone Cold's grocery store brawl and just do it with the money back cash in. Pin this man on some Fruit Loops, please.
Hey, you want to go even further than that? Revive some of them epic Crash Holly moments where you just doing it randomly in a doggone playground.
Yeah, go to Chuck E. Cheese right quick. Go to Chuck E. Cheese right quick. Take your kids to Chuck E. Cheese. Which champion got kids? Have Jey Uso take his kids to Chuck E. Cheese if they not.
Hey, catch main event Jey Uso at main event.
At main event, yeah. At Blockbuster, at Dave and Buster's. Like, come on, man.
Bruh.
At Dave and Buster's, like Dave
I
and
need
Buster's
to
main
see.
event.
I need to see like somebody bring the cat. No, do it at Waffle House.
Ooh.
Waffle House
or IHOP.
Yes. Yes.
So I hop into this championship.
Look, do it at a damn meet and greet. Do it at a meet and greet.
Yes.
Like I'm just saying, if you want it to be a WWE sponsored event or whatever,
Listen,
do it
man.
at a meet and
live
greet.
show.
It's wrestling. Just
shows.
go outside the box. Everything don't have to be serious. Just be goofy. At least that's why I like the 24/7 title a little bit, because I'm like, it was goofy.
Thank you. Thank you. It brought enough. It was like, it was quality, funny entertainment. And it was still like, to hear the ridiculousness of R-Truth being like a 57-time champion.
Yep, he is.
Yeah.
And you see the list of 24/7 champion, and it's like freaking Peter Rosenberg had it at one point, and then all these Kelly had it at one, like all these different old school legends, actors, actresses, music stars, and stuff like that, like news people. Everybody's had the damn. I think me, you, and Hi-Lite the only 3 people that haven't held the damn 24/7 title.
You know, I think you can find them. I don't know if they still sell them on the site, but you can find them somewhere at a third party.
We should be goofy about it and just
get one.
Just
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Either buy one or make one of our own and just say, hey, this is the championship.
And hey, it would be great for our prediction shows too. You know,
I mean, you finally won a prediction this season.
Hey, I promise you, I swear, if you look in his phone,
watch the show. That's the crazy part.
I guarantee you, he got an unsaved number with a Jacksonville area code on it.
Hey man.
You can't tell me nothing less. I won't believe it.
You know, hey, listen, I tried, man. I was like, let me go down the list. Yep, nope, yep, them. I just, the vibes, man.
His best was going off vibes and watching highlights.
yeah.
That man has not watched Dynamite in weeks.
It was a couple of them. I was like, I'm a little torn on this pick because I ain't gonna lie, I can see either or, but I'm going this route. I'm going that route. I ain't expecting to be all perfect, but I'll take it, baby. Let's go.
Well, yeah, we definitely gonna get a championship at some point. Just be like, hey, whoever wins it, we ain't gonna ship it nowhere because we will have to buy two. We will have to buy two, one for here and one for Texas. And if he doesn't win, that means he gotta take it out the frame. But like, yeah, you can't wear it in the frame.
There's one on Amazon, the toy belt for $45.
The toy belt ain't a bad option if we can't get the real replica.
Yeah,
that toy belt
it's for play.
Yeah,
it looks like the real replicas are around 200 or so, between like 165 and 200.
That's not bad because
it's not bad. It's really not.
Behind me
bad.
was like 500-600. So
yeah,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like I know, Big Gold, the one I got. I want to say that one at the time when I won it at Access or whatever that little contest thing was, when we went to WrestleMania in New Orleans. It was that one was selling for around 400 or 450 or so. At that time, I want to say that's how much it was, because I asked them when I won it. I was like, "How much is this even worth?" Like, da da da. She was like, "Oh, it's about 400."
Well, shit,
legit. Nah, that would be fun because I was at MomoCon on Sunday and I had cosplayed as a little referee or whatever. So somebody noticed it and picked up on it and was like, "Hey man, you should have had the 24/7 championship with you." And I was like, "You know what? I should have. You're right. I remember that
Bruh.
next time."
Come on, man. Come on, man.
It was either
Bruh.
that or the hardcore championship, one of the two. The
Like,
ref
no
always had one
lie,
of those.
that's how me and my homeboys, we used to play Madden together all the time, right?
Mhm.
And I ended up buying like a little championship belt, and I put tape on it, and I put Madden like where the nameplate would be on the toy belt. And like if you won like the round of games like that night or whatever, you got to hold the belt and everything. And bro, it got to be like when I introduced that belt, it got super competitive. It got it like we were already competitive as hell. Like it was like you would have to bring your own controller because if you got mad and destroyed the controller, you had to destroy your own controller.
Yep.
So
Smart,
we would,
very smart.
yes, but like it got extra competitive once we introduced the belt. So yeah, I definitely think that's something we need to look into.
Hell yeah. Okay. All right.
Speaking of AEW Double or Nothing, what was y'all match of the night? Because for me, it was Anarchy in the arena. I'm not gonna hold you, mainly because of Willow.
You know,
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie. And y'all know I'm not a huge fan of Anarchy in the arena. This one kind of got me. I'm still going with Hangman and Ospreay because I love.
I'm not gonna hold you. I watched that on replay because I fell asleep.
Well,
The show's too fucking long.
I'm not gonna hold you. I did the same thing because I was watching the game. And remember, we was texting about this. I was like, all right, WWE didn't end it. The game is. And AEW still had 2 more matches left. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, because remember you
was
like it's about to be the main event. I was like, nah, bro, we still got the trios match.
I was like, wait,
Jesus.
what? Bro, I was like, you
See?
gotta be kidding me. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
See,
I tried, bro. I really tried. Eventually, like, I ain't even get clipped by the sofa monster this time because I was in my room because I put the second TV in my room. But what happened is I started using that comfortable ass chair with that ottoman and them pillows. And it's just like the sofa. It got me in the rear naked, and I tapped out. No,
I've accepted the fact that I am washed. Like I am not like I used to be anymore. You cannot shame me into the fact that I fall asleep. I fall asleep on fucking Raw, and it ends at 10:30. So it's like imagine you trying to get me to stay up past midnight on a Sunday.
Bruh.
I'm
This is why
up early on a Sunday, like because it's Sunday by default. Growing up as a church boy, you already up first thing in the morning, even if you don't go to church. You are up. So,
first off, I commend you, brothers, for watching Double or Nothing. First and foremost, I did not watch that show at all. I tried to catch it. I can't find it anywhere to even try to watch it right now because I wasn't paying $50. I just watched Battleground and said that was it for me.
He said, "Hey nigga,
I watched Battleground. I ain't watched Double or Nothing. I'm sorry."
He's like, nigga, this economy is fucked up. I don't have $50 like that.
I was like, I wanted to watch it. I mean, I did. Bro, it was a long day. I had MomoCon all day. I came home and I watched.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, Battleground, Double or Nothing. Yeah, Battleground. I'll just watch Battleground. I was like, I already have Peacock. You know, why not?
But I would tell you, the match that did live up to my hype was Mercedes and Jamie.
Yes, bro, that was another good one. That was a really good one, bro.
And that finish, a lot of people it was like, oh my gosh, she botched it or whatever. That was a spike DDT into a roll up. She spiked the fuck out of her.
Dang.
Like all you heard was bah. I'm like, God damn, how are you walking?
Dang.
Yeah, just like Punk got his guts rearranged by Bronson Reed on Saturday Night's Main Event, her whole head just scrambled like a motherfucker.
Sheesh. Pretty much scrambled eggs. Scrambled hard too.
Ooh, check on that woman, please. I hope she's all right.
And like we had a similar one Monday night in the Penta Dragon Lee Chad Gable match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
When they went for that double move or whatever, and Gable's head, like I think that's where initially like he must have gotten banged up or whatever, and then when Vikingo finally kicked him, it just opened it up.
Yeah, because I'm like, that brother was gushing. I'm like, bro, how did this happen?
It came out like literally came out of nowhere.
That's been happening in the E a lot. You know, Nia Jax, now Chad. Like, come on, man.
Well, the one with Nia, it was just because of the way the chair was facing. People was like, man, watching stuff.
Hey, bro.
Come on, dog. Y'all stop it,
hey,
man.
That's comment of the night right there, baby.
Y'all stop it.
See,
chill out, Damien. Chill out.
See? Now I don't feel so bad. See?
but again, like I don't mind it simply because to me the AEW pay-per-views remind me of like the old school NWA WCW pay-per-views where they tried to have a good solid match from 1 through whatever was on the card. You know, they always tried to give you a good solid match, and it's what I expect out of them from here moving forward. And again, like no match on that card was less than 10 minutes. I think the shortest match pre-show included was 12 minutes and 40 seconds.
For what show?
For Double or Nothing.
I mean, Double or Nothing?
Yeah.
Was it?
Double or Nothing, yeah.
Some of these matches felt longer.
Man.
They don't give you anything less than 10 minutes. And everybody has at least 10 or 12 minutes or so, between 10 to 15 minutes to go out there and just rock out with your balls out.
Oh, surprisingly, the longest match was the main event.
Yeah, well,
go figure.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
but my thing is like when you're gonna give them 30 plus minutes to put out a banger, you got to cut down on some of the other matches. Either don't have them on the card or shorten them up.
Like my brother in Christ, you gave the trios match 12 minutes. You gave what other match that I feel like was not needed? You gave the FTR match 22 minutes and 30 seconds.
What?
Way too long. Way too
long. I'm like, bruh.
You just had a 20-minute banger with Mercedes and Jamie.
What the hell? What?
That should not have been that long. That should have been an easy 10 to 12 minutes.
Her Syndicate shouldn't have been that long either.
Her Syndicate should have been 10 minutes. 5 minutes.
I'm sorry. That was the shortest match of the night. It was 12:35. My bad.
Yeah, that was the shortest. Seconds, that was the shortest one. 12 minutes and 30. And that should have been an easy 5 minutes. Because who the fuck gives a shit about the Sons of Texas?
The trios match could have been cut off the card altogether. The trios match could have been on the pre-show or something.
No, the trios match could have been on Collision because that's where they've been building the story at anyway. Collision.
That is true. But yeah, like I think we could get an AEW pay-per-view to be 3 hours or less. But it's like like I don't mind it. It was just like Hi-Lite said, it was just a lot going on that day, and I was like, I had literally I had both TVs, and then I had Battleground on my iPad because I was using my laptop to broadcast to my second TV, and I'm watching the game on my main TV, and so I was like, well, Battleground got to go on the small TV because Battleground was like the least interesting of all the cards. It ended up being pretty good.
Yeah, but personally, I rocked with Battleground. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, my experience, because the opening match of that one, ironically, like Double or Nothing, started with the ladies. And Kalani and Soul, bro, they stole the show, dog.
Bro, they had
talk about a fire opener. Oh my
excellent
God.
chemistry.
And that freaking Soul Snatcher that she did, I said, Soul, that's the greatest one. Dog, she did a whole freaking reverse flip into that.
At some point, somebody gonna hit a Samoa Joe on her.
Exactly, and I can't wait because I'm telling you right now, I love the move, but it's way too dramatic.
I'm like, at some point, somebody gonna be like, nope.
It's way too dramatic, and I can't wait for somebody not even hit a Samoa Joe, do exactly what she's doing right there to Kalani when she goes for that damn backflip. I mean, super kick the ever loving whatever out of her. A whole
Bruh.
Shelton Benjamin, Shawn Michaels from that Monday Night Raw when Benjamin came off that rope and HBK caught his ass. Bam!
Mhm.
That's
You gonna have to
what I
kick
need
her,
to
the way
have.
she does that setup for that move. You gonna have to kick her in the back of the head though.
Hey,
Yeah.
hands up. Get your hands up.
True.
Put
You
your hands
gotta
up.
be careful. But
Yeah, because
nah,
somebody was like, they wanted to do a power bomb. I said the best you can get is a dominator, like Ron Simmons. And Jordan, that's for you.
Speaking of
Catch your
which,
mid move and just say, pow.
that was another one, boy. Dog. When I say Jordan Grace and Stephanie Valkyrie tore it up too, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, dang, I was sitting there like, bro, this hey, these two right here
Hey,
went
bro.
in. I want a
The
rematch, and I ain't even gonna hold you. I want a rematch with these two. Cause
the
that could have went
ladies,
either way.
the ladies have really been holding the men like, hey, what y'all got?
I think that's the reason why I'm
both
not
coming.
nervous about Evolution from a booking, from a card standpoint. If they go
Mhm.
all out, they literally have from NXT all the way to the main roster, they have a solid card that can a solid roster that can fill out an entire card.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. I'm
Especially if they
really
throw
looking
some
forward to Evolution.
they might even throw some Evolve people in there, maybe.
I would love it.
What's
I would love
what's that chick name? Oh, was it Callie
Callie Armstrong.
Callie Armstrong? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Callie Armstrong and Aria Bennett.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because Aria Bennett, bro, if you have not been following her social media, like she is like a gymnast or something like that, turned wrestler, similar to some of these other ladies that they're getting from the NIL recruitment and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I'm talking about she does some of the most athletic stuff outside of the ring. So I can only imagine what she can do inside of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, Callie Armstrong.
Hey, and let's not forget our LFG winner. You know what I'm saying? Hey. We got to get her in there one time.
Yeah, Tyra May Steele.
Yeah, we got to get her.
Power May. What's she
Tyra
from?
May, man.
She from Houston. I want to say she's from here or something like that. But like
that name.
I need her to get more aggressive as far as like, and I hate to say like do the whole mouthpiece and the whole Kurt Angle thing, but like I need her to get more like aggressive and forceful. And I think she can. I think they're gonna pull it out of her eventually.
Oh yeah, give it time.
Sure.
Luckily they won't just throw her out there. They'll just
No.
Because if you had to compare her between her and the guy who she shared the ring with at that SummerSlam in 2021, she's way more interesting and more.
Hey, now
light years.
The guy winner, they showed through him in the fire because to attack Oba Femi, my nigga. When he said, "I'm gonna make an impact," and I was like, "This man finna attack Oba, ain't he?" Sure, no, that man popped out. I say, "Damn!"
Yeah, Oba just brushed it off like, "All right, yeah, all right."
But Jasper is like Booker T been saying, he a monster.
He a monster.
That's a big boy, bro.
Yeah, speaking of Oba, how y'all feeling about his showing with Miles Bourne?
Miles Bourne, hey, bro, that was another one that I thought was really dope. I was listening to Busted Open where Thunder Rosa and them were talking about how they loved how through this build they didn't like Oba. You know how he likes to tear down his opponent from time to time. He didn't do that with Miles Bourne. He actually kind of put him over because of what he's been through and overcome with his disability. And this was like a breakout performance for him, dude. Like I really enjoyed Baby Randy Orton, as we call him. You know, I like how he's kind of shining on his own. I mean, and when him and gosh, is it Tavion
Heights.
Yeah, they shine as a tag team, but individually they have gifts where it reminds me of World's Greatest Tag Team in a way. You know, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin did great together, and they did just as great on their own. You know what I'm saying? They both shine in their own ways. Now, many people highlight Shelton Benjamin more, but that was a booking thing in my opinion. Charlie Haas was he was no joke either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just subject of bad booking on his end. But I look at this match as a stigma for Miles Bourne because even after the match was over, the fact that Oba was sitting there just like worn out, and I saw the look on that man's face, how he was looking exhausted over there, you know, shaking hands with some of the fans. That man looked back at Miles Bourne. Miles Bourne looked at him. They gave that head nod of respect, and I said, "Yeah, we got a star coming, bro. We got a star coming."
The thing that I loved about this match and Hi-Lite, you already pretty much hit it on the head, was just the fact that we got over 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like rest holds and outside the ring spots and injury check spots and stuff like that. Like, we got a pretty good match between the two of these guys. And to see these guys put on, a 15, almost 20 minute or whatever, I think it was like 16, 17 minutes or whatever, put on that kind of performance and be that hard hitting and have that kind of action in the back and forth. And it wasn't just one guy totally dominating the other guy. And for Oba to give him that sign of respect afterwards, like he was giving him kind of respect and props, like you said, in the lead up, but then to give him also that same respect after beating him, knowing that he went to war with him. Like that shows you what they think of Miles Bourne and what they have to come for him in the future. And I love the fact that Oba proved that, yes, I can have a match that's longer than 10 minutes. And yes, it can be a banger. And I can have it with a different type of guy. Because it's important for him to have these kind of matches in NXT if he's truly going to be a main event, main roster star when he gets called up. Because if you think that you can go to the main roster and you're just gonna Goldberg it or Brock Lesnar it your whole time there, you sadly mistaken, my guy. They're gonna need you to cut promos, and he's learning how to cut effective promos. And they're gonna need you to go at least 15, 20 minutes sometimes, on any given night. And he's proven that, hey, I can actually do this against different type of wrestlers.
Yeah, Oba's living up to his potential greatly from the time. I mean, me and Gresh were there just last year when he had the triple threat match of Stand and Deliver, and they were using that as a way to still just kind of cover up his flaws. And they had the match of the night, if I'm not mistaken, for us that night. Yeah, and
it was that and the tag title match,
and the tag. Yep, it was those two, and it was just like Oba has grown so much from that point to now, to where he ain't in multi-man matches like that no more. Like, he has them every now and then, but he's shown like, hey, I can do this one-on-one now too and hold my own with the right dance partner. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, like, hats off to these two. Oba's living up to this title. He's giving it a nice prestige point to where whomever takes that title off of him, they got a hell of a mantle to carry.
Miles might have lost in the ring, but he's winning in life.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, speaking of winning in life, I will say this too.
Trick Williams.
You go, Jermaine.
No, go ahead.
I was going to get the trick. I was going to say Tavion because shout out to a TNA superstar, but I guess this segues well into this.
TNA. Trick Williams is the new TNA World Champion.
Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. Y'all heard my reaction the moment I sent that. As soon as I saw that 1, 2, 3, I was like, "Oh snap!" I remember I said this last week. I told y'all. I said it 2 weeks ago. I was like, "Bro, can we get some kind of unpredictability with these cross promotional things? Okay, can we get a WWE guy to win a TNA title or vice versa?" And it finally happened. They pulled the trigger. Now, here's the funny touch to this. That TNA president was looking mad pitiful, boy. I was sitting there like, that's LOL TNA in a meme right there. The way he was looking.
Hey, man, like, come on, bro. Stop it. Because listen, this is the third time we've had in the last, few years, we've had an outsider win the TNA title, quote unquote. We had Christian Cage, we had Kenny Omega, and now we got Trick Williams. And it's not like we haven't seen this before. It's just that we've seen it with AEW wrestlers before. Now we're seeing it with a WWE NXT / wrestler.
And what shout out to Trick, because Trick just carved out his own path on top of that. Like, literally, he is now the first NXT superstar to win the TNA championship and the NXT championship. No one else has that feat that he has now. Literally.
Like, yeah, that is true.
You said the NXT championship and the TNA championship?
Yeah, because he's a former NXT.
Doesn't Joe count that?
He never won the NXT championship.
Samoa Joe?
Samoa Joe?
3 times. I'm about to say, doesn't he
I
technically
mean,
count?
I guess.
Well,
I
yeah, that
guess
is
you can
true.
count
Yeah,
that.
that is
Yeah, I
Yeah,
true.
because
mean,
Yeah,
he was a TNA World Champion and he was a 3-time
yeah,
NXT champion.
he was. Yeah, I mean, nah. All right, all
Yeah,
right, all right,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
We'll
So
get at the Joe. We'll get at the Joe.
he's like what, the second and third? Because I don't think
it's
anybody else is
second.
a second.
I,
Yeah, he's the second.
I
So
think that's
Joe
the
first and
second.
then Trick second. Yep, which isn't bad
Dang.
because
Yeah, that's good company. You
don't
know, I
forget.
mean,
Don't get me wrong. It's okay if you forgot Joe was world champion. It's okay.
no,
I
I remember
kind of
his world
did.
champion
I'm talking
days.
about
I do.
NXT. I'm talking about NXT. It's
No,
okay.
that's what I'm saying. I
No,
kind of
yeah, I
did.
remember those too.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I kind of
him
did.
and
I
Shinsuke had a
legit did.
banger now.
Okay, okay. I'm
Yeah,
no,
him
the
and
reason I say it
Shinsuke.
was okay because a lot of people are indifferent anyway. But me personally,
Oh,
I remember everything. I'm not dumb.
nah,
But
facts, bro. But what I was gonna say is the reason why I think they went ahead and pulled this trigger on Trick is since he's technically a heel. If you fast forward to a little earlier in the show, a certain TNA superstar made his first WWE appearance, and I was so proud of this brother. Shout out to Santana because that man literally made his very first WWE
mhm.
appearance, and the ovation it got, especially the moment he was like, "I'm just who am I? I'm just a proud Boricua coming straight up out of New York, you know this and that, and I'm finally here in WWE." Like he got a nice little pop for that, and it was like
Mhm.
you could feel the emotion behind that because like you think of what he's been through, and you look at this point and how he's in his singles bag now, and now he's at this point where he's in a WWE stage. He made an open challenge saying, I'm here to watch this match closely, and I hereby challenge the winner of this match." And I doubt they was gonna do babyface versus babyface here. So it feels like we about to get Trick versus Santana for this TNA championship.
What's their next pay per
Now,
view?
let's see, they just did Under Siege on Friday, which was also something in its own right. Kind of forgot about it, but I watched
It's
it.
okay. We all did.
Yeah, I had it queued up to rewatch, and I still haven't finished rewatching all
They
of
put the
like
whole show
Double or
on
Nothing.
YouTube. You can watch it for free.
No, I know, and I had
Oh,
it. That's what I'm
fucking
saying. I
stupid.
had it queued up to watch, and I still haven't been
Yeah,
able to rewatch it yet.
yeah, like literally. If you go on YouTube right now, Gresh, you can watch that entire show for free.
Bro,
Well, that's fucking stupid.
I'm backed up because like the game is on right now, so I'm watching the next place. So I'm gonna watch
Oh.
NXT later.
Okay, so they
So-
just had Border Brawl. That was on 2 days ago. The next pay per view they have is the TNA Plus exclusive is Against All Odds or Slammiversary. So one of the two.
It feels like Slammiversary. I feel like it's given that kind of vibe. Because I don't know. I doubt they would do a TNA Plus exclusive. Slammiversary is like their version of SummerSlam, and it just feels like it would give that kind
TNA,
of vibe.
because isn't there TNA exclusives like usually on when SmackDown is on?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
It's like on
and that would be a
Fridays.
bad move. Even if SmackDown is boring to people.
I think TNA comes on Thursdays.
No, I'm talking about their pay per views. Their exclusives.
the pay-per-views.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, that's what's so weird to me. Like, why the hell are they doing their pay-per-views on Fridays instead of Saturdays? Like, I think Saturday would be a much better day.
Yeah,
For their
so
pay-per-view.
basically their method is they do the big pay-per-views like
Mhm.
Rebellion, Hard to Kill,
Mhm.
Slammiversary on Saturday or
Glory.
Sunday. Bound for Glory on
Mhm.
Saturday or Sunday,
Okay.
like a regular pay-per-view. But those TNA Plus exclusives where you have to be on the app, they do it on Fridays because they like it's just a throwaway event.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah.
see what you're saying. It's kind of like how AEW will do like the Battle of the Belts or Winter is Coming or something like that on like a
Mhm.
Dynamite. Okay,
Mhm.
like okay, I get it. You can see like I like those because it reminds me of like old school NWA WCW Clash of Champions, where it would be like a super show, but it would be like on free TV. So again, I'm not gonna stray away from liking that. It's just why do that on a Friday? Do it on a Thursday like you would normally do, or like do something. Put it on a Saturday if you have to, but like do it on a different day. Don't run it head to head with SmackDown. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, I get what they're trying to do, but especially because you have this working relationship with WWE now, why go against? Why counter program them? Like that just doesn't make sense. But I think
Facts.
eventually they'll change that. I think hopefully with their working relationship with WWE, they'll change that because I still got to go back and watch at least some of that to try to get a foothold of what's going on over there.
Listen, brother, I'm trying. I tried.
He's
My
out
brain just does not want to compute that much wrestling.
Man, tell me. Oh, thank you for this because I got a quick little slight rant, man. That is another thing. Wrestling overload from Friday to freaking Monday, bro. Dog, can WWE, can you please stop being petty, trying to do things the same time AEW does, and just do it on your own dog on weekend? I can't do this. Okay, I can't. I literally cannot do this. My brain is not allowing me to comprehend to sit here and be like, oh, we got this paper. Oh, we got this paper. Shoot, which one do I watch? That's why I chose Battleground. Because I'm like,
Listen,
dog,
brother.
listen, I'm not finna sit here and try to figure out which paper you want.
Whichever
I can't do
I tell people,
Jermaine. I can't do 3 screens
I'm
at
not.
once.
I'm not.
I'm not doing that.
I give him credit. I respect him. I respect you, Booker man. I respect
Yes.
you. I can't do it. Me, I just watch All In. I mean, not All In, Double or Nothing, because I'm like, I barely follow NXT now. Like I'm barely paying any attention. Like I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna keep it a bean, but I don't really know what's going on. So what's the point of me watching the show? I don't know. At least with
that's
AEW, I have
crazy.
some sense of what's
That's
going
crazy. Because to me, NXT is the better show of the 3 WWE shows right now. In terms of more consistent.
I believe you. I trust you.
It kind of
why I
is.
follow it more than anything. Like
Yeah,
the wrestling's better.
I don't know what it is. It's like I think I kind of just checked out a little bit. I don't know what it is. I'll probably get back into it eventually. Oh, speaking of NXT, Ethan Page has won a North American title.
Hey, no spoilers, bro.
It's live.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. I had a feeling.
I ain't got that on the TV. I was supposed to go back and watch that now. Now I'm gonna have to go back and watch it and already know that Ricky.
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of had a feeling that was gonna happen just because they said worlds collide, the winner, and this and that, and Ethan Page be cheating, and I'm just like, yeah, he knowing him, he slid it away. Ricky will get it back.
Yeah,
he'll get it back.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And then
my bad. Spoiler.
The other thing. He gonna say it after. But listen, like honestly, like Ricky is the kind of star where he doesn't really need a title down there in NXT to shine bright. Like Ricky when he first appeared, the light was shining bright on him already before he won the title. So I think he's going to do well down there, and I like the fact that he went down there. I like the fact that he's enjoying it down there, and he's not tripping. He's like, look, I've always wanted to get to WWE, and it's basically like, if this is what the process that I have to go through, then this is the process I have to go through. At least I'm here, you know. Whether or not I make it to a Mania or whatever, I think he eventually will. But I just think that he's the kind of guy where he doesn't even need that title to shine. So Ethan Page is at a point in his career where he's closer to the end than to the beginning, and his career has a ceiling, whereas Ricky still has some life left in his career, and his ceiling is a lot higher, I think, than Ethan
Page. Good point. There's one more thing I'm gonna say about that Trick Williams situation that was hilarious, by the way. I don't know what the hell made him want to do it. That was the worst spin-a-rooney I've ever seen in my life. But Booker T made that moment hilarious because it was just the fact that the camera panned on him and he's looking with this face like,
do it.
Give it to him.
Like, yeah.
Listen, man. I feel like it's Trick doesn't know how to do it because he's too tall.
But Booker's tall too.
No, but Booker knows how to sway with his tallness. Trick is like stiff with his tallness. So when he tried to do the spin-a-rooney, you can tell he didn't have no no extra
wiggle. Yeah.
So that's what took it out. Like the execution was fine, but the sauciness was just not there.
It wasn't there. And I was like, if you would have just, bruh.
You gotta have
it was better than Vince's though. I'll just tell you that.
Oh, listen.
And the Rock.
Yes. Listen. You gotta stretch your hips, and your hips and your leg joints have to be flexible. You gotta be able to pop them hips. It's like giving a good quality suplex. You gotta pop them hips. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, I thought you about to say good quality twerk. Okay, how about to say
what the whoa. Like, why that gotta be on my jacket? I mean, I don't mind watching it. That don't mean I'm about to give lessons on it.
This man turned into the Usos in 2018 on Raw when it was like, whoa, whoa.
Like, stop it right there, buddy. Listen. Wait a goddamn minute.
Oh, fam. Listen.
But yeah, both shows was fine this weekend. Battleground NXT is still one of the better shows of the WWE brand. AEW has finally hit its stride. And so we are hopefully they stay consistent with that. Like if they're kind of programming you, keep doing you.
Thank you.
Your fans will still be.
They will still be.
Thank you.
Nice round of applause. Yes.
Thank you.
I gotta ask y'all this though, going back to that Anarchy in the arena thing. Now there were some clips I saw. Number one, I saw Swerve get swung into oblivion. That was hilarious. I saw the spot with Willow that made me go cringe. Like, what the?
When he
it reminded me of the Jeff Hardy Randy Orton spot when he
twist.
With the lobe. And I heard there was a chant of like, "Please save Willow."
Yeah, it's like, "Please help Willow."
Yes.
I was like, "What the?" I was like, "Who does that? What the?"
Marina Shafir did it. So.
Hey, props to them two ladies for performing in the Anarchy in the arena because they really like they fought. They kind of had some interactions with the guys, but for most of that match, they were fighting each other.
Yeah,
and to only have that one dance partner for like 20 or so minutes in that type of match, like that's I do not blame them whatsoever.
Oh yeah, like that's what I'm saying. That Swerve stapling everybody who ran towards him. He stapled Mox in the throat. Willow tried to do the recycle knee, and he stapled his chest and knee. And Claudio tried to overpower him, push him out, try to hit him into the avalanche uppercut. So Swerve was like, and stapled his head, and then Matt Jackson hit the super kick, and he started hitting the taunt button with his own staple gun, and Swerve just looked up and just said, and stapled his balls. I'm like, bro, this was just hilarious. And then shout out Hobbs. I feel like they need to give him a proper world title or a title run at some point.
Bruh, talk about, listen, say what you will about Swerve and how you feel about the brother. The fact that brother was willing to pounce another brother on behalf of that brother, that's a real ninja right there, boy. I said, hey, man, you know what?
He might have some ugly ass shoes. But I mean, he a pretty good wrestler. I will give him that. And the whole that spot with the forklift. Here's where I'm at with that. Nana made that moment because when you see the forklift coming, I'm like, why did you go to the back to get on a forklift to jump off the forklift onto the stage when you could have just been on the stage and jump off the stage?
Yeah, they had a little balance in the back of the set where he could literally could have just jumped off.
You could have just jumped off the top of the set onto the stage. You could have jumped from the stage onto the floor.
I had to get his shit in. That's what it was.
Dog, this is why I say,
hey man,
part of his presentation is Nana.
Yes.
Like
that's another reason why I'm like, bro, they should not break them up ever.
Personal feelings and bias to the side. He needs Nana for his presentation because when he does not have Nana there, there's a part of his character that's missing. And that part of his character really connects with the audience better because of Nana. You cannot underestimate, and this is part of the reason also I'm going to lean into WWE is why they don't have more managers, advocates, business partners, whoever you want to call them. They need to have more of that instead of less of that. Because it does add to a lot of these characters and it helps build a connection with the audience and whatnot. And that spot was made by seeing Swerve crouched on the pallet on the forklift, It was by seeing Nana's white jacket because you could barely see and make out what was going on, but you saw Nana's white jacket doing the dance in the background and everything. Then when it came into focus, it's like, oh shit, these niggas when they got a damn forklift. Like, bro, that's what made that spot. It wasn't the fact that he jumped off it was the fact that Nana was dancing while on the back of the forklift while old boy is driving swerve on the front of the forklift.
Damn.
Like, we got to give Nana his props, bro. Like, there are some times where that person just adds a certain je ne sais quoi to a character. And Nana is definitely that for Swerve.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that's what I'm saying. If you do watch that match back, just watch it. Because Anarchy in the Arena is one of my favorite matches.
Oh, yeah.
In
I rock with
I
it.
give them that. I will give them that. Like the whole switching from I'm so excited into let the body set the like, bro, the vibe of the entire if you the entire vibe is just for you to enjoy yourself. Don't overthink it. Don't be like, oh my god, this isn't wrestling. Like, bro, this is a real life anime match. If you're a fan of anime, this is for you.
Yes.
Bro,
yes.
It also reminds me of how the old school Falls Count Anywhere matches used to end up like with a pin in the parking lot or in catering or in the locker room or by the concession stand or something like that. Like, this harkens back to, if we really want to go back in wrestling history, I believe it was like 81 or 83. Tupelo, Mississippi. I believe it was Mid-South Wrestling, or it could have been the Memphis territory or something. It was in Mississippi, though. And it was two Japanese wrestlers against two American wrestlers, and they had a tag match. And that's where the whole Tupelo, Mississippi park, the concession stand brawl footage, if you ever watched Dark Side of the Ring or whatever, like, I'm pretty sure you've seen this footage. But it's like when you have matches like that, it's a spectacle and it's meant to entertain. And again, it goes back to, like we've talked about, sometimes we're not the target audience that they're trying to reach with this type of match or this type of wrestler or this special guest or whatever it is. And you have to understand where you're the target audience or you're not. And those type of matches speak to a specific part of their audience that they're trying to capture. And it may not be one of my favorites, but I like when they make them more entertaining and it's not as hokey with the spots and stuff.
Yeah.
This one, I really liked it, especially the spot where Willow started hitting the spears. And then she broke out with the shirt reveal, Big Black and Jack with her and Hobbs in the ring. I'm not gonna lie, I sat up. I jumped because I was in the bed. I put the bed in TV mode. I was like, I need to try to stay up, so I can't sit in this chair. So let me put this bed in TV mode where it's gonna force me to sit up straight and everything and watch and like kind of stay awake a little bit.
Right.
Bro, I got out the bed. I was like, yo!
I told you, yeah. Willow had me about to run through a wall, and I'm like, bro, if I was asleep, I wouldn't sleep no more.
This is what people.
Then when Marina was confronting Kenny, and Kenny was like having that moment of, should I do this or should I not? And he ended up giving her that dragon suplex.
Because she spit in his face and slapped him. Like, I would have hesitated. Like, got
me, dog.
I gotta watch this.
That's why check your phone. I sent you a link.
Okay, for sure.
Trust me. Go back and watch it because it'll definitely change your.
If you don't watch the whole show, if you want to watch the whole show, do it.
If you want to watch 3 matches, Jamie and Monet,
for sure,
Anarchy in the Arena, and the main event. Them three.
Okay.
Like those were my top 3 matches. And I've gone back and I've watched Jamie and Mercedes again. I watched the main event for the first time, and I watched parts of Anarchy the Arena a second time. But like those 3 matches are my 3 favorite from that pay-per-view for sure.
I for sure will watch those. I'm definitely gonna give you guys next week more of an insight because, like I said, I wanted to. I tried to watch it before we got live, and I could not. I went to the website.
Our schedule's all over the place. We are adults. It happens.
But it was just even with the website that me and Jermaine be streaming from, like it wouldn't let me watch any of them. And then one played it, and it froze midway through Jamie Hayter and Mercedes, and it wasn't even fully in gear yet. So I was just pissed. I was like, man,
Just
it
like,
ain't
man,
meant for me to
whatever.
watch it right now. Yeah, I was like,
But
no,
last two
nothing.
things before we get up out of here. All in Texas, the two main events have been officially set. Mercedes Moné defeated Jamie Hayter, and Timeless Tony Storm retained her Women's World Championship, and that is official. It will be Timeless Tony Storm versus Mercedes Moné for the AEW Women's World Championship. How are we feeling about this? Because I'm seeing some mixed reactions. Some people are not a fan of it because that's two titles that are not being defended in two matches. But me personally, give Mercedes all the fucking belts. Like, what are we doing?
Yes. Like, why not, bro?
Yes.
She's getting everything she didn't get in WWE in her heyday. I'm here for it. Give her all the belts,
man.
right?
She dropped
Except
the
for that
New Japan
pandemic
Strong
year.
Women's title, so she don't have all the belts. She's just gonna have all the AEW belts. You'll be fine.
Facts. And peep this, because I heard. Well, not I heard. I'm gonna put it this way. This, I saw somebody mention Willow after her stellar performance in this Anarchy in the Arena match that I will
Probably
watch.
me.
So peep this. Let's just hypothetically say Miss Monet continues the undefeated streak, wins the championship. Now, I believe Jermaine was the one that said whoever defeats her will be made into a big, big star. So walk with me, people. Who's to say Mercedes, she'll say she takes the belt. She's got all the gold. And who's the person to beat her for that AEW Women's Championship? Enter Miss Willow. Continuing the feud and the history that they have had, given the fact that Willow had that TBS title for like a month and mentioned in an interview that she would like 2 weeks. But no, how she mentioned she would like to have that title back. But wait a minute.
Oh, yeah,
why get the title back when you can get the AEW Women's title instead from your main rival that you have beaten before? So build it up nice enough, put it at your next big AEW pay-per-view after All In, and before you know it, have Willow give you your first loss, send Mercedes on that first crash out, and have
So
her
the
lose
next
AEW
one
championship.
after All In, you have Forbidden Door.
Definitely
and
not that one.
you have All Out. And that's
I
all
say,
out.
I say honestly, have her drop the TBS title and have a tournament for it. Have Willow win that tournament. If you really want to take that title off of her and make somebody, Willow's already made. Like Willow is Willow, and Willow is a huge star, and she don't even have a title. I think this would be the perfect way to introduce Athena.
Go ahead, Gresh. Hold on. What you got, Gresh? What you got? Hold on.
I hear this argument that Willow is made, but I feel like this will make her even bigger because why stop at being made?
Thank you.
That is true. That's true. That is true.
Why stop her at being like, yes, she's made, but you can make her even bigger.
Like,
That
bro,
is true.
She'd be in a different stratosphere.
And she just signed a new contract, so it's like you ain't got to worry about her getting bigger and then going somewhere. She's right here.
She's right there.
Lock in on Willow, I promise.
And then just like that, you would have Mercedes Moné, Tony Storm, because once Tony loses that title, she's completely made. Her character will always be made, right? So
over.
Exactly. So she'll always be over with or without that belt. Mercedes is Mercedes. She's always going to have her fan base and be over in her own way. So Willow, like you said, she's made, but she'll be super made. Like she'll be untouchable, being the person to give her first loss and become AEW Women's Champion.
Yep. And that's what I mean by that. Like that whole argument, like I respect the argument. Like, hey, this person's already made, this person's already established in AEW. But hey, how about we go a little bit further? Like, let's go above. Like, in my opinion, too, like the shift gears from the women to the men's side of the tournament. Like you mentioned, your match of the night was Hangman Adam Page. I understand a lot of people or not a lot of people. I understand the original plan was for Darby Allin to dethrone. Fuck that nigga.
Yes.
Put the title on Hangman.
Yes.
Exactly.
Like, I don't care. Put the title back on Hangman Adam Page.
I agree.
I saw
100%.
somebody else post something on Twitter and says they hope that Ospreay turns into that jerk heel that he was in New Japan. I would love to see that character come back. And I love the redemption.
Was it different from what he's doing now?
It's a promo that he cut want to say it was the 22 or 23 G1 Classic. And he had on a fur coat at the press conference. And he talked so much, cash shit to Shingo Takagi. Bruh, it was only like a minute or so. But in that minute, bruv packed in a ton of shit talking. And he had the full-length fur coat on with the sunglasses inside. Like, I'm talking about, it was beautiful. But I love the redemption arc that they're giving Hangman.
Yes.
And him being one of the originals, him having the redemption arc, it makes sense for him to be the one to dethrone Moxley at All In. If it wasn't going to be, it just makes sense.
It makes sense. Plus, that promo exchange between him and Ospreay sold me on the idea of Hangman, and I think that's why I was so confident with Hangman being my pick. Because even though I ain't gonna lie, the pendulum was swinging. Because as freaking Ospreay was talking, I was like, "Dang, you got a case too, my guy." Like, you make a point. But then Hangman, I just felt it, and I was like, "Dude, nah, this feels like it's your moment. It's in Texas. You're a cowboy. They have never not stopped loving you."
Well, look at that. If Hangman wins a title in Texas, a cowboy will actually win a title in Texas.
Would
you look at that?
Hey, send this clip to DJ. Would you look at DJ? That's a bar.
Whoa,
that's a bar,
brother.
DJ
Good
will crack
Lord.
up at that one, brother. You gotta send that to DJ.
Would you look at that? I just thought about
Shots
that.
fired.
Oh shoot! Oh,
shots fired.
Oh my
Shots
goodness!
Fired. Good Lord.
That's savage.
That.
Wow.
That is
now, what
savage.
were you saying before I interrupted you? My bad.
No, I was thinking anything else I can really say after that bar, bro.
It don't even matter.
Coming from the rapper, that was a bar. It don't even matter. Like, I was gonna say something to bump that. You just, hey, that's it. End the show on that.
Jesus.
End the show.
Oh my
Wrap it
God.
up.
Wow.
And with that being said, make sure you guys tap into the GRESH UNLEASHED podcast every Tuesday, 7:15 Eastern Standard Time, 6:15 Central. If you are repping my central side with our brother Jermaine, and if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I believe we just hit 500 subscribers on YouTube. We appreciate you guys for rocking with us over there, as well as the constant downloads and streams that you give us every single week. And make sure you guys stream the Unleashed Anthem as well, because that goes into the pockets of all of us, because it pretty much helps us keep the content flowing. Like that money, it's a reward for Dwayne, Hi-Lite Real. It's a reward for the show overall, the brand overall. We appreciate you guys. And also Patreon. We see you guys on that side. We're not neglecting y'all. We got some content exclusively over there at patreon.com/Gresh Digital. We're working on some things to make sure you guys are basically parting from your hard-earned money, even though it's $1. But we appreciate you guys for rocking with us over there as well. Make sure you guys tap into the Public Enemies podcast Thursday, 7:20 Eastern Standard Time for more wrestle talk with yours truly, Oh My God Graham, CJ, Big Match Jizzle, as well as Waco Kid. Hopefully his internet is back, but if not, it's gonna be just the three of us again, and it's gonna be a good time regardless. But yo, what y'all got coming on before we tap up out of here? Let's start with you, Jermaine.
Tomorrow, Susio Sports. I got a few things to talk about, man, because sports been going crazy, especially in the basketball world with the NBA playoffs and whatnot. But yeah, we got some things coming tomorrow night. That'll be 9:30 Eastern Time, 8:30 Central. Make sure y'all get Eastern Time and Central Time, Mountain and Pacific down, because just like I think last week I had a flub and I didn't double check a time and I missed something kind of important. And it's because I did not communicate Eastern or Central Time. So yeah.
Good. Hi-Lite, what you got?
Yeah, man. So of course, y'all know we working on some freestyles and stuff. I'll be releasing those soon. I'm just kind of lining them up and then get them filmed so we can just kind of drop them week to week. But also, shout out to OTS Media Co. Me and my boy DJ are coming back with fans. We're gonna be bringing back the music discussions, stuff like that, man. So we revamping that up. I'm waiting. Give us about 2 more weeks. DJ just finished up the school year, so he had to get through the finals madness with the kids, and now we're gonna start recording regularly for that. And Life's a Botch, man. Like I said, we got some interviews we're getting ready to set up, so you'll be seeing those roll out pretty shortly too as well. But in the meantime, your boy just rocking and rolling. Holla at your boy if you need a theme song and you're an independent and or podcaster. You podcasters too. Too now. If you need it, holla at your boy at Mike Mayhem Music or right there at Hi-Lite Life. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, you guys stay safe out here in these streets. And remember to always eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. We out, y'all.